Imagine, just for a second, finding unexpected money or assets that you'd never even knew were yours. Well, what if I told you that could literally be your reality today? Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we are going on an actual digital treasure hunt. We're going to break down exactly how you can check if you're owed money and precisely how to claim it.
So, I really want you to ask yourself, could the state of Nebraska be holding hidden cash with your name on it right now? I know, it almost sounds like a scam, right? But I was actually super surprised to learn that this is a very real, totally legitimate administrative process. Basically, when businesses lose contact with you, the state steps in to hold those assets safely until you come back for them.
Okay, let's dive into some numbers here because this is wild. $316 million. That staggering number is exactly what the Nebraska State Treasurer has already returned in unclaimed property. Honestly, it's kind of hard to even wrap your head around that much lost cash. And statistically speaking, an incredible 1 in 5 Nebraskans has unclaimed property waiting for them right now, spread across all 93 counties. That is a massive pool of lost wealth that could genuinely make a real financial difference in your life.
So, here is our roadmap for today's explainer. We're going to cover finding your hidden money, the online search process, filing your claim successfully, tracking your claim status, and finally, claiming your property today.
All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, Finding Your Hidden Money. What exactly is this money, and how in the world does it get lost in the first place? So the absolutely crucial thing to understand here is that unclaimed property, in this context anyway, isn't abandoned land or real estate or back taxes. We are talking strictly about intangible financial assets. Think along the lines of dormant checking and savings accounts, uncashed payroll checks, maybe a forgotten utility deposit, life insurance proceeds, or even the contents of an abandoned safe deposit box. The businesses holding these, they're known as holders, they really do try to locate you. But if you move or change your contact info and they just can't reach you, the law actually requires them to turn those assets over to the state.
And that brings us to something called dormancy periods. Basically, this is the exact amount of time that has to pass before a business is legally required to hand your assets over to the state. As you can see, for things like wages and payroll, it's just one single year. Bank accounts, those sit for about 5 years, while traveler's checks have a much longer runway of 15 years. Understanding this timeline really helps explain why you might suddenly have property show up just a year or two after you switch jobs or move to a new apartment.
Okay, now that we know what it is and how it gets there, let's move right into Section 2, the online search process, and figure out how to actually navigate this digital treasure map. The state of Nebraska has made this entire thing incredibly convenient. You're going to want to head directly to nebraskalostcash.nebraska.gov. This is the official, completely secure, and 100% free state portal managed by the Nebraska State Treasurer's Unclaimed Property Division. It's totally designed for speed and security, making sure your personal details stay completely confidential and are only ever accessed by officials for processing your claim.
And the actual search? It is incredibly simple. Once you're on the site, you just type in your last name or the name of your business. Entering your first name is totally optional, but definitely helpful. And here's a really cool detail. The system shows exact matches first, but it also shows phonetic matches. That's literally how some people discover thousands of dollars just because a business misspelled their name like 10 years ago. To narrow down this search and avoid a bunch of false positives, you can just filter it by your city, your zip code, or a specific property ID.
Now, if you do get a match, first of all, huge congratulations. Let's dive right into Section 3, filing your claim successfully. We need to look at the exact proof you need to actually secure your prize.
Now, what's really interesting here is the strict emphasis they put on identity verification. Obviously, to prevent fraud, you have to prove you're the rightful owner. You'll need to submit a photocopy of a valid driver's license, proof of your social security number, and, this part is absolutely key, you need a list of your former Nebraska addresses for the past 10 years. This really helps the officials connect you to all those historical records. Also, if you happen to be claiming on behalf of a deceased relative, you'll need to provide a death certificate and proof you have the legal right to represent their estate. Take it from me, gathering this exact documentation upfront prevents so many annoying delays.
We also definitely need to highlight a potential pitfall here. Former State Treasurer Don Stenberg was very explicit about warning people regarding scams. You might get these weird, unsolicited LinkedIn messages or emails from third parties offering to recover your money for a fee. Listen to me. The official state process is always 100% free. You never, ever have to pay a finder's fee or a third party just to get your own money back. Please stick exclusively to that official state website.
So you've successfully submitted your claim and uploaded all your documents. Awesome. Let's jump over to Section 4 and see what happens next when it comes to tracking your claim status.
The moment you hit that submit button, the system's going to generate a unique claim ID number for you. You'll also get this sent straight to your email. Keep that number handy. You can plug it right back into the state's portal on their status page to track your progress in real time. This honestly takes all the guesswork out of the entire process, letting you follow up seamlessly if processing times happen to stretch out a bit.
And that brings us to our final section. Claim your property today. Let's talk about why you shouldn't wait another single minute to start this administrative treasure hunt.
State officials are literally actively encouraging you to check this. Unclaimed Property Director Megan Aguirre puts it perfectly. Search your name and names of your family members. It only takes a minute, and you may find money you are missing. Listen, while the state of Nebraska holds these funds in perpetuity, which just means they'll keep them safe forever without any sort of statute of limitations expiring, this money is doing you absolutely no good just sitting in a state trust. It is so much better off back in your pocket where it truly belongs.
And let's broaden the scope just a little bit here. If you've lived, worked, or even just done business outside of Nebraska, you definitely need to use missingmoney.com. This is a multi-state search portal managed by the National Association of Unclaimed Property Administrators. It basically lets you query participating state registries all at the exact same time. So if you moved to Nebraska from Colorado or Texas or anywhere else, absolutely go check there too.
A quick standard disclaimer before we wrap everything up today. Always make sure to verify this information independently and consult professionals if you need to. Laws and state administrative processes can absolutely evolve over time, so checking the official Nebraska portal for the most up-to-date requirements is always going to be your absolute best bet.
So I really have to leave you with this final, provocative thought today. Are you one of that 1 in 5 unknowingly leaving your own money behind? And maybe more importantly, what are you going to do with it when you actually find it? Go run a quick search on Nebraska Lost Cash today to find out. Thanks so much for joining me, and be sure to subscribe for more explainers filled with insights to empower your everyday life.